subscribe and click the bell icon to turn on notifications.
We've made the files the instructor uses in this tutorial available for free. Just click the link below in the video details to get these.
Hello everyone and welcome back to this course on Excel for Business Analysts. We finally made it all the way down to the final module of section 4. And in this module we've been taking a look at if functions. So I want to finish off this section by just rounding it out with how you can utilize if functions along with the count and sum functions. Now, before we jump into COUNTIF, I'm just going to briefly remind you of what the count function does. So we're going back to our spreadsheet where we have our tech sales for 2018 and 2019 for the company Microworld. And you can see that just to the right of our table of data, I have count, COUNTIF, and SUMIF. So the first thing I'm going to do is show you what count actually does. Now the count function in Excel, again, is one of those big 5 functions. It's one of the functions that everybody needs to know and one that you'll probably find you use on a fairly regular basis. And what it does, if we take a look at the arguments for this function, is that we need to provide it with some values and it's going to count how many values we have. So for example, if each row of this data represents a single sale, I might want to find out how many individual sales I have. I could use the count function for that. And because I'm just counting the number of items, I could really utilize any column. So I'm going to click in here. I'm going to do Control-Shift down to select all of my rows of data. And now if you look up in the formula bar, if I close off my bracket and hit Enter, it's going to tell me that I essentially have 909 individual orders in my data. So count just counts the number of items. So now we understand what count does, we're going to move on to COUNTIF. Now this will essentially do the same thing, but it allows you to add some criteria into the count. For example, I might want to count the number of products that are called HP Spectre 360. That would essentially be my criteria. I might want to count all of the orders we've had for people who work at Computech. Alternatively, I might want to count the number of orders I've had where the number of items is greater than 10. And that's exactly what we're going to do. So I'm going to jump into my cell and type in COUNTIF and open my bracket. And you can see I have 2 arguments that I need to provide. And the first one is the range. So it really depends what you are counting in this particular example. So let's use that last example that I mentioned. We're going to count the number of orders where the amount of items ordered is over 10. So my range is going to be the number of items. So I'm going to click in my first cell, Control-Shift down to select the entire column. So we're now working up in the formula bar. I'm going to press comma and it's asking me for my criteria. Now your criteria always needs to go in quotation marks. And what is my criteria? Well, I'm only counting the order if the number of items in that order is greater than 10. Close my quote marks and close my bracket. So I've provided my criteria range and also my criteria. Hit Enter. And I can see there that out of all of these orders, there are 344 orders where the number of items is greater than 10. So it's a count, but it allows you to add in criteria. Now, SUMIF works in a very similar way, but instead of counting, we're actually summing. So it might be that I want to sum all of the orders where the shipping is greater than $20, or maybe I want to sum all of the items where the cost is less than $150. But in this example, what we're going to do is we're going to say equals SUMIF, open bracket. We're going to sum all of the totals that are greater than or equal to $4,000. So our first argument is the range. So we want to select our totals range. Control Shift down to select. Again, we're now working up in that formula bar, comma, we need to provide our criteria. So I'm only summing totals that are greater than or equal to $4,000. And we need our quote marks, and we're going to say greater than or equal to 4,000. Close quotes and close brackets. Hit enter. And there we go. I now have my total. It's summing together all of the items that are greater than 4,000. And again, I'm just going to apply some accounting format to that and take those decimal places down. So pretty simple to use both COUNTIF and SUMIF. Let's move on to another example. Now this time we're going to utilize COUNTIFs and SUMIFs in order to achieve our result. Now COUNTIFs and SUMIFs differ from COUNTIF and SUMIF because it allows us to use multiple pieces of criteria. So very similar to when we were looking at that Ifs function. So what we have over here are a few different tables. This first table in the top left-hand corner, it's showing us the names of some salespeople, the region that they work within, the number of orders they've generated, and the total amount of sales, this time in UK pounds. And what I essentially want to do is in this first table, I want to count the number of orders that are greater than or equal to 100 for each of the regions. So essentially what I have here are two pieces of criteria for my count, which means I need to use COUNTIFs. So let's type that in and take a look at our arguments. So the first argument we have here is criteria range 1. So what exactly are we looking for? Well, we're counting the number of items in each region. So our first criteria range is the region. So I'm going to select that entire range. Now, because I'm going to drag this formula down, I don't want these cell references to move, so I'm going to need to lock that in place by pressing the F4 key to make those references absolute. Comma. It's now saying, okay, within that range, what do you want me to look for? And I want it to look for the East region, F2. I'm now being asked for my second criteria range. So my second piece of criteria is I'm looking for the number of orders. So I'm going to select the orders range. And again, I'm going to lock that in place, F4. Comma. What is my criteria? Well, I'm looking for orders that are greater than or equal to 100. Now I could directly type that into the formula by putting it in quote marks and saying greater than or equal to 100. I could do it that way. In this example, I actually have it listed out in the cell, so I can just select the cell for my criteria. Remember, that makes it a lot easier to change all of your formulas in one go. If this figure changes, it's going to update across the board. Now, if I had more pieces of criteria, I could carry on going just by doing comma, selecting my third criteria range and my third piece of criteria. But in this case, I only have two, so I'm going to close off my bracket, hit enter, and I'm then going to copy that down. And if we do a quick visual check and look at the East region first of all, which is these top two, I can see that we have 0 orders. So nobody has made any orders which are greater than or equal to 100. If I look at the West region, there is just one entry for that. So we can see that we have one order that's greater than or equal to 100. The North region, both of these match that criteria. So my result should be 2, which it is. And the South region, that doesn't match the criteria, so my answer is 0. So we can essentially do a very similar thing if we want to sum these sales figures. And for this, I'm going to use the SUMIFs function. So our first argument is the sum range. So I want to sum the total sales that meet my two pieces of criteria. So my sum range is going to be my sales range. And I'm going to press F4 to lock those in place because I intend to copy this down and I don't want them moving. Comma. What is my criteria range number 1? Well, my first piece of criteria is the region, so my criteria range is the region. F4 to lock those in place, comma. I now need to specify what I'm looking for in that criteria range. Well, I'm looking for the region, in this case F12, comma. I now move on to my second piece of criteria. So I'm looking for all orders that are greater than or equal to 100. So my criteria range is my orders range. F4 to lock those in place, comma. What is my second piece of criteria? So again, I could select cell G12, or alternatively, I could manually type that in, greater than or equal to 100, making sure it's in quote marks, and then closing off my bracket. Let's hit enter, and let's just send that down. And there I have my results. So again, this is a small data set. We can do a very quick visual check. If I look at sales for East, none of those match my criteria, hence why I have nothing in my total. We only have one for West, so I would expect to see the same thing, 41,107. For the North region, again, we only have one that meets that criteria, and also for the South region as well. And of course, because of the way we've set this up, if I was to change one of these, so let's make one of these figures, let's make the other North figure above 100, let's say 101. If I hit enter, you'll see that that will now update accordingly. Hopefully that gives you more of an idea of how count, COUNTIF, SUMIF, and then COUNTIFs and SUMIFs work. That's it for this module, and that is it for this entire section. In the next section, we're going to move on to talking about how you can prepare your data for deep analysis. So please join me for that.
If you're not a subscriber, click down below to subscribe so you get notified about similar videos we upload. To get the files the instructor used in this tutorial and follow along, click over there. And click over there to watch more videos on YouTube from Simon Says It.